A warm welcome. Today, let us see the day 3 session of Cyber Forensics Unit 1. The objective of this session is to know about the physical methods of identity theft. As in previous session, we have learned about what is identity theft. So, in this session, we will know about the physical methods of identity theft and then to learn the virtual or internet facilitated methods in identity theft and then to find the crimes facilitated by the identity theft. And the next topic is to understand the types of cyber forensic techniques. First one, physical methods of identity theft. So the first method is mail theft. So what is mail theft? I think most of us have suffered from this mail theft. So what the thief will do means they will randomly target some mailboxes, so their target is only in those mailboxes. So what they will do means red flag signals for the outgoing mail will be there. So that is called as target mail. So this method is also called as popcorning. What is a popcorning means? It will steal the mailboxes. So it scores some credit card numbers and then banking information like that. So if a particular bank is sending a bulk messages to all their customers, so that will be theft by a particular thief. So they will target that particular mailbox, that is the particular bank's mailbox, or else a particular office mailbox. The thief will target that mailbox and they will steal all the mail from that mailbox, and then they will do some criminal activities by using those mails. So that is what called as mail theft. So next one is dumpster diving. What is a dumpster diving? So as we all know, so mainly if we search the dustbin, we can able to find the useful information for an office or in a corporate or any corporate, we can able to see. Similarly, in our system or laptop, there is an option called recycle bin. So in that recycle bin, if a thief start searching something, deleted files or deleted folders, he can able to find the data that he needs. So that is what called as a dumpster divers. So if we target and attack the drive, we can able to know, so we will have some security. So if the thief is targeting the recycle bin, so it is a challenge for us. So this is a practice of shifting through commercial or residential trash or else waste for information deemed valuable. So such a what are all the information that is available there means account numbers, our social security numbers, or else some passwords or some tax identification numbers like that. So some discarded data in the paper form in the dustbin or else in the soft copy in the recycle bin will be there. So they can the thief can able to steal those things. So that is called as a dumpster diving. And the third one is theft of computers. So the area that is particularly vulnerable to the theft of computers. So the main thing is theft of computers. Instead of stealing data, instead of stealing the information, they will steal the computer itself. So they can able to steal in the private residences or else in building or while we are traveling or in lodges or in some recreation centers and in some government office, they can able to steal all the datas. So mainly the government sources what they are telling is mainly the number of laptops that are stolen is mainly because while they are traveling, during the travel time, large number of laptops are stolen by the thief. This is a survey taken by the government. Next method is bag operation. What is a bag operation? So from the term itself, we can able to identify bag. They will steal something into the bag. So where they will steal? So some person or some important meetings are arranged in the hotel rooms only. So in that hotel rooms, some persons will enter into the hotel rooms and they will steal the photograph or else some documents or else some data. So they can able to download the information in the laptop also. So that is what called as bag operations. Without knowing to the particular person, they will illegally enter into the rooms or their homes or office or anywhere else and they will steal the documents. So that is called as bag operation. Next method is child identity theft. What is a child identity theft? Law enforcement authorities are reporting startling number of parents stealing their children's identity. See here, more number of parents stealing their children's identities. So judges do not normally require family perpetrators to provide copies of their children's credit reports to probations or parole officers. So criminals may create alternate identities for themselves for employment, evasion of authorities, and financial gain. So what's the child identity theft means? So in more number of films we can able to know. So the child may miss in the small stage. Child may miss in the small stage, but later by using the ID of the child, like their dress or their jewels or their some marks available in their body like that, by using that they we can able to find their child. So what the criminals will do means they will create some identity and they will behave as a particular child. So that is called as child identity theft. Next is inside us. So inside us means in government office or corporate office, some insiders are there. What is that insider means? Just like a sleeper cell. They will be inside the office. They will steal the data and they will pass it to the other persons. That is criminals. So that is called as insiders. Next is fraudulent or fictitious companies. So some companies are there, they are fake companies. What they are doing is they are established mainly for collecting information, personal or financial information. So that is what called as fraudulent or fictitious companies. Next one, card skimming, ATM manipulation, and fraudulent machines. Yes, nowadays some machines are there. If we put the ATM card, if we withdraw or after our transaction is over, we will left the machine. So after that, the criminals will insert a duplicate machine there. So by using that machine, they can able to create new ID card, new ATM card with the same PIN. So they can able to identify the password also. That also stored in the machine device that they have placed in the ATM. So that is called as ATM card skimming. See it how it works. Duplicate card reading device is placed over the already existing device. So when a person enters, they will insert the card and they will do. So after that, the criminals will remove the device and they will attach to the laptop to download the card details. So these are all about the physical methods. Physical means by means of their movement, they can able to steal the data. Next one is by means of virtual or internet facilitated methods. What are the way by using the internet they can able to steal the data? First one is phishing. First one is phishing. Phishing means the solicitation of information via email or pulling of individuals to fake website. You will give one website address, but it will go to some other website address. So that is called as phishing. I think if you give Facebook ID, it will move to a duplicate Facebook ID. Or else if you are giving some journal ID, and that is Journal of Computer Science Engineering, it will go to Computer Science and Engineering like that. So that is what called as fake website. So phishing attacks, there are more number of attacks in phishing. First one is spoofing. What is it, spoofing? Spoofing means your emails and your websites are spoofed by using some company trademarks and logos. I think most of you will receive that mail. See here in the diagram, Amazon.com. We have given Amazon.com, but it is not Amazon.com. See that double N is there. So this is a spoofed website. If you are giving Amazon, the logo, image, everything will look like Amazon, but the URL is not same as Amazon. We will move to some other fake website and we will purchase and we will send them money. So that is the spoofing. This is for websites. Similarly for emails, if you are giving some email ID, so that ID is also changed and it will move to some other ID. Next phishing attacks. Second one is farming. What is it, farming? Farming, hackers exploit access points and routers. By using the routers and access point, they can able to redirect us to some false website. It is same as spoofing. The action taken place is called as farming. So this is PayPal, but this address is not the real one. Next one is phishing trojans and spyware. So some other exe files will be attached to our emails. I think you all know you will receive emails. If you click that email, you will have a exe file. If you download that exe file, your entire system gets collapsed. So that is what called as trojans and spywares. And then there is an option called floating windows. So your phishers may place floating windows over the address bar in the web browser. They will place a floating window in the web browser. So by using that window, they can able to steal the personal information of our sites. Next one is botnets. Botnets provide mechanism for cyber criminals to change website IP address repeatedly without affecting the domain name. The same thing, the website address will be changed repeatedly. The domain remains same. So this is the difference between farming and fishing. So this is harder to identify. This is easier to identify. This targets multiple people at a time. This targets only one people at a time. So here malicious code is installed to the computer. It is sent via email. It redirects user. It will require user to manually click the link and to activate the code. Next is spyware and crimeware. What is it, spyware? It is a software that enables a user to obtain covert information about another computer activities by transmitting data covertly from their hard drive. So crimeware means it is a software that is designed to carry out or facilitate illegal online activity. So malware, we will have different kinds of malware. Among that malware, spyware is there, crimeware is there, worms, trojans, virus, rootkits, and adware is there. And the next is keyloggers and password stealers. Keyloggers and password stealers are the devices or software programs which record the input activity of a computer or a system by means of keystrokes. By using the keystrokes, the input activity of our computer are captured. So depending upon the device or software employed, the captured information is either locally stored or remotely sent to the perforator. So this is mainly used to view the screenshots in addition to the keylogging activities. So this is you mainly used to steal the password. So your password can be stealed by using this device. So that is what called as keyloggers. Next is Trojans. So what is Trojans? As we all already know, Trojan is type of malware. Trojan is type of malware. So it is also known as PUPS. What is the PUPS? PUPS. What is PUPS? Potentially unwanted programs. Potentially unwanted programs. So Trojans comes in variety of forms. So it includes but not limited to keylogs, backdoors, and password stealers. Most Trojans were delivered via an attachment to the email in the form of exe file. As you all know, most of you have received this trojans, so everything will be in the form of exe file. So that is about our today's topic. Virtual and internet assessment is over. So now the assessment is see the picture and answer the terms related to the identity theft. So first one is ATM card skimming. Next one is second one, trash, dumpster diving. Third one, phishing. And the fourth one, it is moving to fake website. It's moving to the fake website. So that's all. So this is about the topic.